People want to operate as a prince and a princess and not the king and the queen. Think about it. The king and the queen, they have responsibility, and majority of the time they built their empire. The problem is everybody want to be a prince and a princess and just inherit the kingdom. Don't want to do no work for it. Don't want to do nothing to actually deserve it. You just want this abundance, royalty, and crown to be given to you. Who treats you the best? You're so caught up in how the book looks. You're so caught up on the cover of the book when that book can really change your life if you just read it and take it serious. You feel me? You so caught up on the skin color of this person or maybe their background, the fact that they don't have the same background as you, when in the very moment who understands and respects you the most might come in an aesthetic that you didn't fantasize about, but that might be what's best for you. Yo, peace and high vibes, y'all. Long time no see. It's your man DM9. So we about to do a video reacting to threads that I've seen. First topic, as you can see by the title, dating other races, because we see it's something that's becoming popular now. Motherfuckers branching out, dating other ethnicities, because they getting tired of black men, black women, this, that, the third. Thread I seen, it said, as pro-black as I am, I found myself falling in love with a white man. And if you ask me, what's wrong with that? Because it's something I'm starting to realize. First off, I feel like the people who have genuine disdain for dating outside the race have prejudices against other races, especially white people. And a lot of times it's people who have never had good, positive experiences with white people. Because me personally, I don't see myself marrying or genuinely, I can't even say that. I don't see myself marrying a white woman, but it's really getting to the point where you got to look at it for what it is. Who treats you the best? You're so caught up in how the book looks. You're so caught up on the cover of the book when that book can really change your life if you just read it and take it serious. You feel me? You so caught up on the skin color of this person or maybe their background, the fact that they don't have the same background as you, when in the very moment who treats you right as an adult, who loves you the most, who understands and respects you the most, might come in an aesthetic that you didn't fantasize about, but that might be what's best for you, and you keeping yourself from it because you so caught up in the stigma that we aren't supposed to mingle with them. Me personally, I don't see myself doing it. Am I against it though? No. Will there be some restriction? Is it something that I know I'd have to open up to myself? Yes, I'd have to open up to fucking with a white gem. But I'm not completely on my side of the fence against it. You feel what I'm saying? And then another thread that I seen was I dated a white guy for 5 months. Word of advice to my woman of color, don't waste your time. Now, my objection with that is me, I'm a real fair nigga. You know what I mean? I'm a real fair person. So if you gonna say some shit like that, all right, imagine a white nigga come out and say, look, y'all, to my fellow whiteys, to my fellow people of Caucasian descent, I tried dating one of them black girls for 5 months, and I'm gonna keep it a bean with y'all. Don't recommend. Do not waste your time. The biggest headache in the world. You gonna be like, nigga, who the fuck? You gonna get mad as hell. You gonna try to have bruh canceled. It's gonna be all over the shade room. This, that, the third. So why can't white people get that same respect? You mean? My man's in the military opened me up to this. I'll never forget this shit, bro. Cause I said to him, or I said around him at one point, oh yeah, I'm not about to walk around outside with no shoes or socks. That's some white people shit. Nigga was like, bro, how was that white people shit, bro? Like, make that make sense. Like, it's a genuine question. He wasn't being antagonistic or nothing. He was like, bro, make that make sense. How is that some white people shit? He was like, I was like, I mean, shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you realize, like, okay, I'm really just saying shit that's not really true, and I'm just throwing shit onto a race. It's not fair to their race. It's not fair to those people. It's not fair to just generalize and group a whole race as one thing. You can't just come on this motherfucker saying, yeah, y'all, I tried dating these white motherfuckers for a little bit. Don't waste your time. Promise you, they this, that, the third, and expect no backlash. You saying that shit with the utmost confidence, like there's nothing wrong with it. So saying some shit like that is dead wild to me because it's so uncalled for, and you shouldn't be saying some shit like that with so much confidence, like it's not a problem. And I noticed that it's honestly women who do that shit the most, my nigga. Especially when it comes to saying shit like, "Oh yeah, don't let my nigga miss a call when he come home. I'm gonna beat the shit out of him." Excuse me? Let a nigga say that. This nigga's getting arrested before he leaves the house the next day. This nigga gets arrested before she can even get home, my nigga. Let a man say some shit like that and nobody's gonna let it slide. Let a woman say some shit like that and you bat a blind eye. It doesn't make it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense and it's not fair. And it's honestly something that I noticed, my personal opinion, my personal perspective and observation is women are starting to get away with saying a lot of just off the wall shit. Getting away with talking about drugging people, slipping shit into their drinks. Let a nigga say some shit like this, bro. Third thing that I saw was niggas were never meant to see this many baddies. Social media got us fried. Our ancestors used to only see about 10 baddies in a lifetime. And on some real shit, think about like when we lived in a tribal state, when it was Indians and Native Americans. Think about that type of life, bro. You saw a beautiful, like, shawty's a beaut. She's gorgeous. Finest piece of art I've ever seen. Holy fuck, who is she? You only come across Jones like that once in a blue moon for real. You nomadic as hell, so you jumping from goddamn Virginia to Arkansas to Texas back to Georgia. Throughout that whole odyssey, throughout that whole journey, nigga, you probably gonna come across 10 fine jumps like that, nigga. And now in today, you can just go on your phone and immediately see. I swear, because of how they program shit too, you immediately gonna see a baddie, my nigga. Probably gonna be a light skinned Joan too. You rarely see bad dark skinned Joan on the media that the algorithm just pushes to you. But I digress. That might be a topic for another day. No, like shit. I feel like that's a topic for the day because you know what? Let me step into that in a second. So yeah, you go on your phone, you immediately gonna see endless baddies. You can go out every weekend and you have a never ending supply on some real shit. There is some fine fish in the sea. You have a never ending supply of baddies that your granddad ain't have access to. You got a lot more options today. But something that I peeped back in like high school when I thought my type was light skin, curly hair, fat butt, nice hourglass Coke bottle figure. Where's she at, nigga? Everywhere on your explore page, nigga. Everywhere on your For You. You think that's your type because that's what's pushed to you. You think you love that, but that's only what they show you. I swear they never show bad dark skins on the explore page, bro. I'm so dead ass, bro. I'm so dead ass. You almost never see it. Scroll down your TikTok. You never see them promote them fine ass dark skin chocolate jumps. But they out here. They beautiful. They tough. They got aura like crazy. It's just they promote the light skins so much more. We already know how that go though. It's the colorism. And I also heard another thing that said in correlation to the thread is we have way too much exposure to sexual imagery, gang. Like our our ancestors, nigga, we can go on Safari, Google Chrome, hit up Spank Bang real quick, and just like that, see some astounding ass, my nigga. Your grandfather ain't have that luxury. You have the ability to see more ass in an hour than your granddad, than your ancestors saw in their whole life, bro. That's crazy as shit. And it's not healthy for the mind, bro. Especially if you drowning in especially if you drowning in sexual imagery. your mind, this might be a topic for another video. I don't want to deviate too far, but it's oversaturating your mind and skewing your perspective on reality and making everything sexual. Every time you look at a woman, you start thinking some sexual shit. You disregard a woman because she doesn't fit that sexual imagery that aroused you online before. You feel me? When meanwhile, your ancestors back in the day, nigga, your ancestors would be on some shit like, bro, nah, bro, y'all seen Mulan? Nigga, she came out in that grass squirt with the coconut bra today, nigga. I swear to God. I swear to God. Nigga, did you see the hips? Did you see the way they bounced, my nigga? They'd be good off that, boy. They used to be chopping it on the log, crazy talking about that. But I swear to God, they did not have this much access to sexual imagery, and what aroused them was so much more natural and easy. You know what I'm saying? It was genuine. It was genuine back then. Like, they would see a regular skinny junk that probably wouldn't turn heads today. They would see her back in the day and be fawning over her. You mean? Be like, oh, you got that motherfucking figure. Nowadays, it's niggas get mad when they see that. Niggas get job blown when they see a junk that don't got a body like that, bro. But it's because of the overexposure to sexual imagery, bro. Fourth thread. Being attractive does not make it easier to date. A lot of times it makes it harder because no one approaches because they're either intimidated, assume I'm already taken, or assume they don't have a chance. And two, people literally just want to sleep with you and don't give a fuck about your actual qualities. Now, this is real. I'll be honest with you. This is real. I do get it because when you are more attractive, especially like I said, it's a lot of sexual imagery today. It's an overexposure to baddies. So when people see you, they immediately fantasize about you because of the sexual imagery that they've seen, if that makes sense. And because of all the sexual imagery that they've seen, like I said, it skews your perspective of reality. So you see her and you immediately start thinking sex because of how sexy she is, and you don't at all start considering her as just a woman. You look at her as a sexual object. You look at her as a toy for your sexual pleasure. So you immediately start interacting with her, not on some genuine relationship building shit. Like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Even though I just met you 5 minutes ago, I think I want you to be my wife. You know what? I'm jazzing it. Even though I just met you 5 minutes ago, I like your vibe. You know what I'm saying? You pretty as hell. Of course, that's why I approached, but I'm glad that I got to talk to you because I like your energy and I think I want to continue this. Niggas don't be on some genuine shit like that. Even if they say it because they know it sound good. So as a attractive person, you're automatically treated as less of a person. It's kind of fucked up. Not even kind of, it's real fucked up because it really is harder for you to find genuine love. It's harder for you to find someone that has real interest. And then let alone, I can see this for no, I was gonna say I can only see this for women, but I guess I can see it for men too. No one approaches or tries with you because they're either intimidated, assume you're already taken, or assume they don't have a chance. And it's because they know you got options. They don't think that you're gonna be somebody that's just single, fine. You know what? I can say this. A lot of times just to understand a man's perspective, when we see a fine jump, like a jump that we know is like OC pressure, what might run through your head is, damn, bruh, I'm already knowing. I go up to shorty, she gonna say, no, thank you, because she just used to it. She just gonna brush you off. She probably used to giving out the number. She just gonna give it to me and not text back and all types of shit to prevent you from going after what you want. But in actuality, just go up and see if she actually fuck with you because you seen that it was already one woman who said that this be they vibe. That she wants to be approached. That I'm tired of niggas assuming this, that, the third, not just approaching and seeing for themselves. They already saying this. So what's it's a perfect example that as a man, what's going through your head is not reality. It's your own thoughts preventing you from going after what you want. That might be a topic for another video because that is a genuine problem that we go through. I can understand niggas who be intimidated It's just, I feel like maybe intimidated ain't the right word. Because when you say you intimidated by someone, you saying they strike fear into you, my nigga. You don't strike fear into nobody, bitch. Fuck is you talking about? Just because you fine, you don't strike fear into nobody. That man is probably just insecure. He doesn't believe he has a chance with you. So say all that to say, I I understand this perspective wholeheartedly. I feel like women who are more attractive do have a tougher time dating than the women who aren't as attractive, because really just because you're never looked at as a person. You're always looked at as a sexual object first. So I can see how it's harder for dating. Oh, yes. I'm glad I saved this for last. I'm glad I saved this for last. What is the obsession with a man being over 6 feet? If you're 5'2" to 5'6" and he 5'7" to 5'11", he's still taller than you. So basically what he's getting into is why is it that you 5'5" talking about you need a nigga that's 6 feet? Bro, I'm 5'9". I will still tower over you. You will still have to look up at me. You will still have to lift your chin to kiss me. Why do you need a nigga that's 6 feet and you gotta extend your neck just to kiss, bruh? You don't actually want that. It's a fantasy in your head. And that height is just one part of what I call the Princess Fiona effect, the Princess Fiona fantasy. Allow me to elaborate. So the Princess Fiona fantasy, if you seen Shrek, Princess Fiona, she was in a castle, she was a princess, and she was told this story that it's gonna be a knight in shining armor that falls out of the roof, saves her, slays the dragon, and we go off to live happily ever after at his kingdom. If you ask me, that sounds like that heavily relates to women today who are working an average job, and you're expecting some 6'2" big brawny ass nigga to come into your life with already making 25 bands a month and no questions asked, nothing asked of you, sweep you off your feet, ride off into the sunset, into a kingdom of riches and abundance. That's the exact same fucking thing. What did Princess Fiona get? She got Shrek fat ass, nigga. She got Shrek authentic, real ogre ass, my nigga. She was mad as fuck. She was putting all this pressure and heat and fantasy onto him, saying, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? You're supposed to be doing this. You're supposed to be doing that. Yeah. And then as soon as the sun went down, she went off to go hide and turn into her ugly self. Little did y'all know, you just as ugly as the nigga you judging. You are in the same position as the nigga you're rejecting because you have a fantasy of something that is unrealistic. You have a fantasy of something that's not gonna fucking happen. Alright? Because fact of the matter is, Princess Fiona, she was the exact same thing as Shrek. She deserved Shrek. She was an ogre too, but she posed as a regular fine ass princess. Shrek, authentic as hell, even though he was hated, judged all the time, he knew who he was. He had his own life going. Bro, what did this nigga say? Bro, I shout out the Mallory bros. I shout out that nigga Terrence Mallory for really showing me this perspective of the movie. Nigga was so authentic. He had his own shit going on. Nigga pulled up on Shawty, was like, shit, I make a mean weed rat stew. I make a mean weed rat stew, you know what I'm saying? I just be cooling, nigga. I just be cooling over here. Sometimes they slide with they pitchforks and shit, and I gotta scare them off. But I mean, hey, that's my life. What about you? Fuck you do though. And then Princess Fiona, she over here judging, side-eyeing and shit when you go and hide yourself at night because you scared to show who you actually are. And the problem is, everybody thinks, a lot of women think they're a princess. Let me bring men into this too. People want to operate as a prince and a princess and not the king and the queen. Think about it. The king and the queen, they have responsibility, and majority of the time they built their empire. They might have inherited their empire, but they have the energy of royalty and they're loyal to each other and they run this kingdom together. They do everything equally. You think the king is just calling all the shots and the queen just sitting pretty? She calling shit too. Play chess. She the most important piece of the puzzle, nigga. The king has his responsibilities and the queen got hers. The problem is everybody want to be a prince and a princess and just inherit the kingdom. Don't want to do no work for it. Don't want to do nothing to actually deserve it. You just want this abundance, royalty, and crown to be given to you. You want this lifestyle to be given to you. When in actuality, if you want to be a king, and you want to, if you a king, if you know that's your journey, you know you need a queen that's going to help you get there. If you a queen and you know you want royalty, you know you need to find a king that's willing to build and you have to stay loyal to him in his building process. Nobody wants to go through the building process, so how can you consider yourself a king or a queen? Everybody behaves as a prince or a princess, and that's exactly why you don't get what it is that you're fantasizing about because you're not doing anything to make your fantasy a reality. But overall, say all that to say, that perspective is why I think women be short as fuck fantasizing over a man that's tall as hell. Bro, if you five, if you 5'7", you don't need a nigga that's 6'9". Save that for the WNBA, gang. They options is already limited because they tall as hell. Save that for the 6'4", 6'3" baddies, bro. Let them find somebody who towers over them. You don't need a nigga that literally stands over you. You looking at his waist every time y'all stand up, bro. Y'all don't need that shit, my nigga. And that's the end of this first video. Honestly, I think I'm gonna add a clip at the end of this jump of me playing with the kids just cause I feel like that was good content. Why not? So that's the end of my first reactions video to the threads that I seen. I'm gonna keep on doing this, and eventually I'm gonna bring other people on to share their opinion too, because this is never ending content. I'll be honest with you. If you be on threads, it's always some thought provoking shit that's being said on there. So I'm out this motherfucker. Like this jump. Comment what y'all think about every topic that I said. Comment what you think about dating people of color. Comment what you think about marrying people of color. Comment what you think about how difficult it is for attractive people to date. And comment what you think about this Princess Fiona effect and people acting as princes and princesses fantasizing about a reality that they're not actually trying to build. All right. Like this jump. Comment. Subscribe. Fuck with me.
Memories.
What do you want to run? Orangutan. Blue 40. You gotta get your own highlights. They go. Look up.
Oh! Get it,
That wasn't my fault. Receiver had a bad break on the ball.
He's watching. He's ever watching. Don't comment that I suck because you suck. Guys. I'm actually gonna comment. Put that on the internet. Let's go.
Gotta follow through. Green 18. Green 18.
Banana.
Damn. Green 18. Green 18.
Banana.
There it is. Oh my God. That was a Super Bowl right there. It all relies here. You would hate to see this season go to a waste. Green 18.
There's 20 seconds.
Green 18.
There's 20 seconds left.
There
Guys, this is for you, Liv Morgan. Guys.
Lucy, huh?
No, he's at your district, sir. Get him a camera.
Ah!
Get him on the picture.
Recording!
Where's the take?
Lucy, huh? Oh, you got him. You got him.
But do y'all know how much I wish I had something like that growing up, bro? Nigga, I used to be their age in the front yard, in the street, kicking the football to myself, running and going to catch it, throwing the football to myself, running and going to catch it. Nigga, I just wished I had friends or somebody who would come outside and play with me, nigga. Real shit, bro. That shit felt good to do, nigga. It felt like I was my inner child's hero just now.